A blunt warning from America's intelligence chief, National Intel Director James Clapper, telling Congress that the government shutdown makes America less safe, as 70% of the CIA and NSA workforce are not on the job because of it. Listen.
I have to qualify that, sir. I don't feel that I can make such a guarantee to the American people, and it will be much more difficult to make such a guarantee as each day of this shutdown goes by.
Now we are on day 3. Tom Ridge was America's first Homeland Security Secretary, former governor of Pennsylvania, with us now from Washington. How are you, sir? And good morning to you.
Bill, good morning. Nice to join you again. Thank you. 70%.
I think Chuck Grassley put it at 72%. Is that true?
Well, Bill, it probably is, but I think that Americans must realize that at the heart of the infrastructure we built over the years to provide for the common defense is the intelligence community. And it's a 24/7 dynamic environment. And I think we need to understand and appreciate that every day that goes by, there's less information available, the less information analyzed. We talked after 9/11 about connecting the dots. One would hope that we don't miss any dots that we might have discovered during the period when we've laid so many people off. People don't truly appreciate the fact that it is a 24/7 environment. You're gathering information from all over the world from multiple sources. You're interpreting that information. You're analyzing that information, and then you're distributing it globally. Every single day when I was secretary, I used to get what we called a threat matrix, and that's just in my shop. Some days it was a couple pages, some days it was a couple dozen pages. Just confirming again, it is a 24/7 churning of information to make us more secure. And when you weaken that apparatus, and you don't have those people walking point in their assigned responsibilities, you do ultimately weaken even the military infrastructure of this country.
There's some Republicans now questioning, where the commander-in-chief is on this.
Well,
Senator Lindsey Graham is one of them. Just listen to what he said yesterday here on Fox.
Well, that is the dumbest advice in the world if you believe the government shutdown is compromising our national security. Where is our commander-in-chief at a time we need him?
Why isn't he on the phone right now calling the Senate and House leadership and telling them our nation is at risk because of the government shutdown? That's Graham's question. What do you think?
Well, I think it's a legitimate question. I mean, I think all of us, Republicans and Democrats alike, my discussion with the folks on both sides over the past couple of days, there's a sense of both frustration and disgust. I mean, nobody dislikes Obamacare more than the Republican Party, and probably a majority of the Americans. I mean, this is a piece of legislation that when it was voted upon, neither the president nor the Democrats that supported it had any idea of the consequences of the legislation. But having said that, this may not be the time to deal with that issue, particularly when you have issues like the intelligence community was at the middle of the infrastructure we built over the past several decades to provide for a safe and secure America.
Graham is saying it's the most irresponsible thing he has seen. He makes the case, that the president says, I'm not going to talk to anybody about solving this or about negotiating. He said the commander-in-chief is letting America down.
Well, there's a lot to be said about that. This is the president who would pick up the phone and call Rouhani, the new Iranian leader, but you call people to the White House, and obviously the table wasn't set to negotiate. The table was set probably to score some political points. If I might make a quick point, if you don't mind, Bill.
Please.
When I was privileged to serve in the Congress of the United States in the 80s, the leaders, both Republicans and Democrats, I had Bob Michael, and the Republicans had Bob Dole. There was George Mitchell, there was Tip O'Neill, and there were Ronald Reagan. They were all out of the World War II generation. They were strong partisan folks. They loved their parties, but they loved their country more. And they found ways at times to deal with issues that were bigger than the parties. And right now, what we need is a few less Narcissus and a few more statesmen.
Wow. Tom Ridge, it's good to have you back. Clapper said this is a dreamland for foreign intelligence services to recruit. Let's hope that's not the case, but thank you, sir, for your time.
I agree with you. Yeah, thank you very much. Good to be with you, Bill.
You too.